Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Dixon. Today we'll be reviewing a video of Ben Shapiro responding to a lady who asked a question concerning the issue of rape and due process. So my views will be aired at the end, but let's hear them out as we go. But before we go, I need your help to get me to 1,000 subscribers. Yes, I'm talking to you, Matthew. Matthew, yes. Get me to 1,000 subscribers. So I will leave you all. If your name is Matthew also, go down below and click the red subscribe button. I'll wait for you. You know you want to. Come on, do it. Do it. Okay, let's get to the video.
Obviously, in light of everything that's going on at the moment, we all believe rape and sexual assault are heinous crimes. We all want rapists behind bars. But I feel that in this climate, logic, evidence, and data are kind of being lost in translation. And also there's a very pervasive you're with us or against us mentality that's really doing a lot more harm than good. So my question to you is, how can we best stand up for the importance of due process and the presumption of innocence while also doing what we can to support survivors?
I think this was during the time when Trump was more or less trying to appoint Brett Kavanaugh as a Supreme Court judge. Then, out of nowhere, there were accusations from 30 years ago saying he did X, Y, and Z, that he's a rapist. So everybody was now like, believe all women. But the other side was like, let's investigate the issue. So she's more or less saying, you are people claiming you are either with us or against us, but it's not that simple. We have to investigate: is he guilty or is the lady lying? So one of the two has to be true. So due process is important so that we protect the innocent, whether it's the lady or the guy. We should not just throw everything out of the window because we want to take sides.
Okay, so I think that there's actually a third question that I want to address that you didn't even ask. So I'll address the first two, and then there's a third one that I think is implicit in the first two. So when it comes to standing up for due process, the answer is that we actually have to stand up for it, even in cases where it makes us uncomfortable, or even where we believe that the person may be responsible for something bad, because once you lose due process for one, you lose due process for everybody, obviously. When it comes to standing up for sexual assault survivors, I think the idea that we ought to take everybody's first account with the respect it deserves means not dismissing, not downplaying, but it also means asking the proper questions in order to get at the truth. That doesn't mean intimidating people. It doesn't mean calling people liars without evidence that they're lying. It doesn't mean mocking them, obviously, God forbid. It doesn't mean doing any of those things. You know, I've throughout the Christine Blasey Ford thing, I keep saying over and over and over, I'm not calling her a liar. I'm not mocking her. I don't know if she's lying. I don't know if she's telling the truth. I don't know if she's misremembering. I don't know any of that stuff. All I know is that due process requires such and such to happen. Now, the real answer in the end to a lot of what's happening, and here's the really unpopular part with the left. The left destroyed traditional mores with regard to relations between the sexes. Destroyed them wholesale. So the original idea was that men were supposed to act with honor and chivalry in protecting women, and women were supposed to look for example, relationships just as men were. Sexual activity was supposed to be confined, this was at least the ideal, was supposed to be confined to committed relationships, particularly marriage. Not everybody lived up to that, but a huge number of people did. In fact, once people got pregnant, people basically got married. There's studies from the 1930s, 1940s, 1950s shows an awful lot of 7-month marriage babies, right? People who are sleeping together, getting pregnant, and then the couple gets married. When you don't teach men to protect women, you get men who will victimize women. And when you don't teach women that they ought to cherish men who are responsible and good, all you end up doing is incentivizing bad male behavior. The feminist movement was not wrong when they said men are acting like pigs. They were wrong when they said women also ought to act like pigs and that this is a solution to our problem. Because now what's happened is they got rid of all the traditional mores about how sex ought to be connected with love and ought to be connected with relationships. They got rid of all of that. It was just a bodily function now. Except when it comes to actual sexual assault, we treat that differently than any other bodily function, obviously. But that's the problem, right? So they create this standard where sex is basically a throwaway item, sort of like eating. And then we treat sex very differently when it comes to what we all know it is, which is a deeply important and intimate part of a person's life. And then we attempt to backdoor standards of consent that, frankly, don't make any sense in a real-life context. So you get college campuses in California saying that what you need is a yes means yes standard. where you have like a legal checklist, I guess, where every time you do anything in the bedroom, you're supposed to ask, am I allowed to touch your hand? Am I allowed to touch your shoulder? Am I allowed to touch your hair? Which has never, ever resulted in actual fulfillment of a sexual encounter, right? I mean, it's sort of like, it's like Zeno's paradox. If you have a yes means yes standard, the closer you get, the further away you are. And and again, sex is this is where women really gave up on marriage a lot too soon. Okay, marriage was the best thing ever for women. It is an amazing thing for men too, because it civilizes them, it cultures them, it teaches them to be protectors of their family and to take care of people and to think beyond themselves and to think beyond their generation. Women gave up in marriage a way to teach men to do those things, and also women gave up the idea that a commitment was going to come along with this intimacy. And let's be real about this. I mean, every scientific study ever done has shown that women actually do have better sex in the context of committed relationships. All of the crap that you see in Cosmo magazine about sleeping with 100 guys and being sexually happy is just garbage. It is just sheer unadulterated garbage. So, no, long answer to a short question, but reinculcation of traditional roles of male and female with the same feminist respect that we ought to have for women at all steps of the process is the answer.
So you heard him. We have to go back. Back to monkey. Don't mind me. We have to go back to traditional values, because that more or less reduces or prevents men from being predators and more or less let them go back to their original state of protecting women. And at the same time, we should not abandon due process. So due process is important, because I've seen many stories, I've seen many things about men being accused of rape and getting the worst deal of it, and they prove those men to be innocent, but still the stigma of rape on their head, their lives have been ruined. This is not saying, listen to me, this is not saying that rape don't happen. There are people or women who get raped, and I'm saying if a man is caught raping a woman or it's proven, that man deserved to be killed or castrated. I am saying that. At the same time, I am saying let there be due process. We cannot just wake up and say,
he assaulted me, take him to the gulag and put him in prison.
It should not be like that. There has to be proof. You might say it's not easy to get proof, but to be honest, we cannot throw away due process all because of the lack of easy access to proof. I'm not saying when the woman comes with a complaint like that, people just dismiss it. Where's your proof? No. We listen to her story. We investigate as much as possible. We take it seriously. See whether it lines up. If it lines up, we take it even more seriously. But if we start finding cracks and things don't line up, I understand she might make mistakes. She doesn't remember some things. But if the pattern is too much, then we should not just go and put somebody on the hook. So we have to do things the right way. The same way we treat every crime, we have to treat this crime too. It's not going to make us abandon what we already have. Women are special. We understand that. The only way to make men treat women more special is to go back to traditional values. Abandon feminism. Go back to the traditional. That's it for today. If you want to check the video is from the Young American Forum. I think it's Forum. YAF. So you can check their YouTube channel for more videos like this. Also check out Ben Shapiro's channel or Daily Wire, one of his affiliates. I hope to see you people next time. And again, remember, I need you, Matthew. You have to get me to 1,000 subscribers. Like, share, and subscribe. Bye-bye.